Hi, good evening and welcome. It's the Health and Wellbeing Café. It's February, the month of love. And as usual, I've had technical hiccups. So thank you for everyone who's bared with me. So we're getting started now. Very exciting. I can see people are coming in. So if you're just joining us, welcome. As you know, it's the last Thursday of the month. So we're here. It's the Health and Wellbeing Café. I'm so happy and grateful that you're here, and for anyone that will be watching the replay afterwards, then I hope that you enjoy this session. Okay, so tonight's presentation is going to be recorded, so if you don't feel comfortable with your image being shown on the screen, please turn your camera off. Please keep your mic muted. I've got background noise, I do apologise. Bedtime's not quite worked out yet, so I think one background noise is enough. There is going to be time for questions and answers, and we're going to do something slightly different in this session as well. So not all of the session will be recorded, but the presentation, so the talks, will be recorded, and we're going to be on the line until around 9 o'clock. All right, so let's have a look at expectations. I know that I've had others arrive, so I don't know who's here. Brilliant. So we've got Gisetta, welcome, Jasmine, Jojo, Giselle, we've got Denise, June and Ionit, so fantastic. So if you are very, very new here and you might feel shy, you're not under any pressure to speak at all, but I do like to have participation. If you've been here before and you're confident in speaking, then please let me know what has brought you back to tonight's Health and Wellbeing Cafe.
You mean now?
Yes, please.
All right, okay. Well, this is my first appearance, but you certainly caught my attention, Vanessa, on LinkedIn. I think it's a great platform, and you certainly do stand out. I am really interested in health and well-being, particularly for perimenopausal and menopausal women. And I'm a Tropic Skincare ambassador, and it's very important for me to reach out to these ladies and offer them an alternative skincare regime that has absolutely no toxic chemical in them whatsoever, 100% naturally derived, and they are manufactured in Surrey. And they are just absolutely gorgeous. But the thing I love most about my little job is that it's not particularly the product, it's the chat behind the product. It's what goes with that initial meeting, because I get some really interesting conversations and lovely ladies. And I think it's lovely that you can actually draw that chat out of women when perhaps they're really needy of a conversation. And so for me, it's a double whammy. I'm offering them something really lovely, and in return we get to have a good chat. So it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. So that's me.
Well, fantastic, and welcome, June. And if you're not already in the Facebook community, I have, it's mainly women in the group, lots of different age groups as well. So there may be women in that group who would welcome the type of support that you're offering. So welcome here. Anybody else wanting to just share, the reasons, what has motivated you to come on tonight's call, please?
Hi. Vanessa, I hope you can hear me. And
who is it? I can't see you. Oh, Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, darling.
Hi. Oh, no. Oh, sugar. I don't. Oh, dear.
I can hear you, Jasmine. Everything's good.
I'm struggling a bit with the technology, but I'm glad I made it to the actual meeting.
Yes.
It's really nice to see people, and I'm glad I got the time right this month. So.
And I changed the time as well, Jasmine, so you've done really well.
And I just think drinking more water, it's such a simple thing, but I think it really helps with just general well-being, and I feel much better. And that's definitely one of the reasons why, I think.
Brilliant. So you're referring to the water challenge. So Jasmine is part of the Facebook community. So you've participated in the water challenge, and you always give me a lovely reply back to my weekly emails. So I look forward to your replies, Jasmine. So it's fantastic to have you on the call tonight. Well done. Okay then, so let's move on, and excuse the background noise if you can hear it. It's Zenta on his motorbike, so I don't know what time bedtime is tonight. Right, so for those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Vanessa and I'm a lifestyle coach. I predominantly work with mums, but I do support women as well. And I do have men in the community, so nobody's excluded at all, okay? So I'm based here in Nottingham, and I've got some community-based activities, but I also do a lot of things online, and the health and wellbeing community is one of the things that I do online. So what's my mission? Well, my mission is to empower and support women. So you can see the photograph there. I will say it needs updating because those babies are not babies anymore. Most of them are around 3 now, but I am so honoured and just excited to tell you that I am now a licensed instructor of something called Zumbini, which is about bringing music and dance into the lives of the little one and their caregivers. And it's just so fun. I mean, Zenta and I have been listening to some of the musical tracks already, and within not even hours, I would say minutes, he's already, getting used to the songs, having a good dance in the house. So I'll be bringing that into the community. Plus other things as well that I have done, which, as you get to know me, you'll find out more about those activities. So welcome if it is your first time with me. So we'd like to reflect on our health and wellbeing activities that we've done in the month. So it's February, as we know, February is a shorter month, so the month ends on Monday. So let's just, if you're comfortable again to speak, I'd really like to know what your health highlights have been for the month of February. So if anybody wants to start us off on that, please.
I actually would say that February has been quite interesting for me. After I had my vaccines, I felt quite, particularly my booster, I felt quite done to. I was achy and felt pretty rubbish, really. So I met this nutritionist online, not online, on networking, and we had a good chat, and she said, I'm running this body cleanse for 2 weeks in February. I think it would do you good. So I've been on a body cleanse for 2 weeks, and so that has been very interesting and really very rewarding. I've learned quite a lot of interesting information. But what also I found was that during this time I had quite a shift in that I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to do anything other than be me and do what I wanted to do. So I had like a siesta for 2 weeks. I hardly did any work because I couldn't be bothered, basically. And so I've read 3 books, and I've just done what I've wanted to do. And I now feel today has been amazing for me today. So I think I needed that. So yeah, I'm really pleased I did it, and I feel so bright today. It's been great. So yeah, that's me.
That's fantastic, June. And yeah, I love the fact that you've basically listened to your body and you've gone with the flow. So that is fantastic. Well done to you. Does anybody else want to tell us about your highlights in the month of February, please?
I can contribute if you like. Hi. So my focus this year really
has been to start exercising again, because I realised I got a bit of a couch potato at the end of last year and didn't do enough, and I started to feel a bit groggy and, you know, low moods and stuff. So this year's been a real boost. So February I've started in the gym, continued swimming, done a few home workouts as well to try and build my confidence. So yeah, that's my main goal, and I think I'm going to continue focusing on that as well.
Hi, greetings, Joe. It's wonderful to have you here. And, you know, you've done absolutely brilliantly. I mean, I have been getting those daily updates from yourself, really checking in. You've really been very good at communicating, you know, what you've been doing. And I know that you've been really focused on your hydration as well. So I want to give you a celebration high five because you're on it. Okay, fantastic. So maybe let's talk about March, okay? It's happening next week. Is there anybody who's feeling, actually, I want to be a little bit more focused in particular areas in March? So does anybody feel brave enough to tell us what you want to focus on in March, please?
Yeah, I would like to do the water. I didn't do the water challenge. I always drink water. I always have water with me. I invested in an Agic water machine, and I didn't actually find out much about it until last night when I got 100. There's apparently 100 ways you can use the water, because it has like different pH levels, from like 6 is like it's like beauty water, but you can also do like X, Y, and Z, and like it's good for psoriasis, and it's really healing. There's such healing properties to it because I think it's hydrogenized or something like that water. I'm still learning, so I need to learn that properly. Yeah, just I feel like February, that's why I didn't say anything for February. I need to do more exercise. I mean, I exercise regularly anyway, but February was like a slow month for me, so get back at it. That's it.
Thank you for sharing and for your honesty, Denise, and I'm definitely with you on the exercise. I mean, for the last 2 weeks, I've been supporting my family, and I will say that being there for others has meant that my own timetable has slipped. So I have that consciousness. I felt so wonderful being outside in nature yesterday and going for a walk, but I'm very aware. And in fact, on Saturday, I was doing a training course, so I didn't go to my normal step class. So there has been genuine reasons, but you know, when you're like, oh, this is normally the time when I would be doing a class or whatever. So exercise is definitely for me. And in terms of the water challenge, the next water challenge will be at the end of April, Denise. So if you wanted to take note of that. All right. So thank you so much for your contributions. Great. So let me just tell you a little bit more about my vision. It's not just about the work that I am doing with women, and it will be their children, so anyone coming into Zumbini. I do have a passion for helping those who are abroad, okay? So there is a charity called Aid to Gambia. The coordinator, so the founder of the charity, is based here in Nottingham. I know his daughter. She's one of the active mums that's in my community. So I have been doing fundraising activities for them, and I'm also a partner with Herbalife Nutrition. So I do fundraise for the Herbalife Family Foundation. And what I've decided to do with this Health and Wellbeing Cafe is there is a small entrance fee to come back. So any of you that want to come back and be on the live calls, what I'll be doing is sending £2 from your entrance fee, if you like, to my nominated charities. So please keep coming back, because the money will be helping children in need in different parts of the world. There is a question. Can I deal with that question shortly? All right, so we have, let's talk about what's happening tonight. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about personal development and mindset. Then we have our guest contributor, Ionit Sabatello. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Because I feel like it's just flowing the more I say it. So Ionit Sabatello is with us, relationship mentor and love alchemist. She'll be giving us a fantastic talk. Then we're going to have a short break. When we come back, I just want to share a quick story with you about how I've increased my energy and changed my life. And I think it's really important, and I won't go into it now, but it's definitely off something someone said to me yesterday. Then we'll be talking about some emotional fitness, and this is where we're going to come back together. That part of the session won't be recorded because I want you to really feel comfortable and open up. So it's only the first part of the session that's actually going to be recorded. So please, you know, hopefully you'll feel like you're in a safe space with us. And we've got Denise on the line as well. Denise is my emotional fitness coach, and she's taught me a lot of stuff. So this is the night. You've got Denise and Ionit on the line. So please feel free to open up and really talk about how you're feeling. Why have I put breakfast? I don't know why I put networking breakfast. Oh my gosh, what time zone was I in when I wrote that? That's supposed to say breakout rooms. I'm not giving you breakfast. Okay, then we're going to do the raffle. So the raffle is absolutely fantastic. The prizes are worth over £95, and it's a mixture. Thank you, Joe. It's a mixture of what I've contributed and what Ionit's contributed. Then we're going to talk about dates for your calendar. So it is an exciting evening, all right? And I'm on track with my time. So let's talk about personal development. I've left the quote on from last time. No, Zenta. Okay, so the lighting's gone because the list man was there. Right, so, no, Mark is going to keep doing it. All right, so this is a quote that I'm sharing for the evening. So life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. So you are a creator being, all right? So in this section, I'm going to talk to you about how you can detox. I've spelled that wrong as well. Right, excuse the spelling. It's supposed to say detoxify your emotions. So no judgment on this call, please. So let me talk to you about how you can detox from stress. Now, stress causes your body to work harder, and it basically puts your body under stress. Now, we can be stressed in different situations. It might be stressed at work. It might be stressed in relationships. It might be just kind of like you find life just stressful, but actually, being stressed out is not a good place to be. It's pumping adrenaline through your body. And this is basically putting more cortisol into your bloodstream. Now, the cortisol isn't good for us because it can actually lead to weight gain, and it can also lead to fatigue. So just be mindful that if you are someone who's maybe trying to reduce your weight, okay, or release your weight is a nice way of saying it, just think about what type of life you're living. Are you living in a very stressful environment? So the action point that I'd love for you to take away here is release yourself from stressful situations. Now, this may be as easy as really taking a step back from negative people that are in your life. Okay, now you may find that at the beginning, this might be quite difficult to do. And I'm not going to go into that because we've got Ionit who's going to talk about relationships and communication and everything like that. So please listen to that part of the session. But it's really important that you do be reflective and honest, because if you're finding that you are more stressed than you want to be, it may be directly about the people that are in your life. Essential oils. I've written this one down because it's very relevant to one of the topics that's already been covered in the Health and Wellbeing Café. So if you are particularly interested in essential oils, please do let me know, and I can get the interview and the session that was already recorded on essential oils out to you. I've written it down because essential oils have healing property. So you want to be reaching out for high quality essential oils, and you will find that just by having different blends, this will help you to really relieve the stress that you may be feeling in your life. Journaling is down for me tonight because why? We journal as often as we can. We've had quite an in-depth conversation about journaling when we did the celebration evening in November. But if you are able to write down your thoughts and feelings, I personally find it's not just a way of managing my stress, it's a way of me stepping into my power. It's a way of me actually activating my essence as a creator being and raising my energy and my frequency and my vibration. So it actually has quite a few benefits, not just being a stress buster. If you drink water, that's great. And as I said in the water challenge, you can drink herbal tea and that will count towards your hydration. Now, as you may have already heard, chamomile tea is really good for calming. So if you find yourself feeling rather stressed during the day, then having a cup of chamomile tea can be really good for you. So I know people like to have chamomile tea at the end of the day, but you can also have it in the middle of the day as well. We've spoken about exercise in our reflection at the beginning. So I know you are someone who's very conscious of your health. You know about the benefits of exercise. So this is a gentle reminder that exercise will ignite your natural energy reserves. Okay. So I mentioned my nature walk yesterday. It did the trick. Yeah. If you walk for at least 30 minutes, it is going to change and uplift your mood. So if you're finding that actually your mood's a little bit low, just step outside and please don't be shy of the weather. I am not advocating to go for a walk in these bad storms that we're having, but even like sometimes people go, oh, it's raining, I'm not going to go for a walk. That's the time when you should go, because, you know, at the end of the day, again, I had a woman came onto the Health and Wellbeing Café, and she was talking about Ayurveda, and she told us about how we should be at one with all of the elements. So don't feel shy or kind of use it as an excuse like, oh, it's raining, the weather's bad, I'm not going to go for a walk. No, embrace all of the elements and really be in tune with the nature angels. They will magnify your mood, so they will really uplift you. All right. Now, group exercise is great if you're wanting to raise your confidence. And of course, you can meet new friends. So if you have done a really good job at, you know, stepping back and moving away from people who are draining your energy, they're stressing you out, then by exercising or being in a walking group, for example, you can meet new friends and bring some new positive energy into your life. So quickly, I'm going to talk to you about calming crystals. Before I go into it, I am looking for a crystal specialist. So if you know anyone who maybe sells crystals, they're an expert in crystals, please let me know about them, because I'd love to have a guest contributor here to really give us that knowledge of crystals. Crystals can help you to relax. So the right crystals can help you to relax, and they can help you to focus on peace. So the crystals that I've written down is blue lace agate, which will bring tranquility, amethyst, which will dissolve negative energy, citrine, which calms anxiety, fluorite, if you want him to balance your thoughts, and smoke quartz, which clears the fog. So if you're finding that you can't focus, quartz fog will help you. I'm not an expert in crystals, but I do have crystals in my life. But it's something, if you're not too sure about, please stick around, because I will be having an expert here with us. And finally, if you are having financial concerns, then you can actually start to release any negative emotions around money by really just accepting that as a creative being, you're already abundant. Okay, it's actually your ego that has fed your mindset into thinking about scarcity and about lack. Okay, so there's so much more that I could say about this, but we do have Ionit here who specialises in helping people to have a better relationship with money as well. So she may cover that as part of her talk. So that is my section on how you can detoxify your emotions. Does anybody have any questions at all, please? I'm going to go to the chat as well because there were some questions. Okay. So June wants to exercise in the garden again. And then Joe's saying that sounds great. Any questions? Oh, Giselle would like to share her March intentions. Yeah, well, there's space to do that, Giselle, now, if you want to come on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yay.
Okay. Yeah, so my intentions are to keep improving. And I've got musical things to learn, you know, how to use technical equipment and stuff like that. And I am planning to take part in a 7-day program called The Playground for Creating, that I'm excited about. And I do feel I'm getting lots of reminders to get out into nature. And of course, I still want to walk the dog that I can walk. So my, you know, like one of my top intentions is to get out and walk in nature more.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And again, you know, as a member of the VIP community, your transformation has just come about so like quickly. I'm loving your breakthroughs. I'm loving your updates. So just keep going with everything, Giselle. You're doing fantastic.
Thank you, Vanessa.
No problem. All right then, so that was a little bit about how we're going to be detoxifying our emotions. Now, I've mentioned the Happiness Club. I don't know if Cleo's with us. She said she was coming. Okay, Cleo's not on the call, but I have two of my VIPs on the call with me tonight. So that's Joe and Giselle, and we meet monthly for group coaching and accountability. So I'm not going to go into the details here. If this is something that you would find benefit for your life, so you may just be struggling in different areas of your life, you may be lacking in confidence, you may be aware that your self-esteem is not where you want it to be, or actually you may have an idea of wanting to step into your power and your energy, but you're thinking, I actually feel a bit stuck, I actually feel a bit confused. The group coaching and accountability club gives you space to explore. I'm going to ask one of my VIPs to just share your thoughts, if that's okay, please.
Yeah, sure. I find it hugely motivating and just really supportive environment. So each month it you take away little gems of wisdom and things that people share, and it's quite a cozy, intimate kind of setting where we can really support one another. It's online, but you know, it's still cozy. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I really look forward to the sessions. I can't always make every single one sometimes, but the ones I can make, I always enjoy and like I say, I take things away and little things, action steps for me to work on, advice, tips on how I can improve on certain aspects of my well-being or wellness. And yeah, it's a real support. So yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Joe. That's brilliant. And like I said, you've had so many breakthroughs, so I love to see it. So if this is something that you want more information on, I do have an information evening coming up on the 10th of March. It's online on Zoom at 8 o'clock. But if you are feeling that actually I don't want to wait to the 10th of March because the VIPs are meeting next Thursday, but you have to have a clarity call session with me before that to get into the group. If you don't want to wait, then please let me know and we can always organise a one-to-one session, and we will go over the points and I'll answer any questions you may have. All right, so I'm just going to skip past those testimonials just so we can stay on track with time. So it is now time for us to hear from this month's guest contributor. Her name's Ionit Sabatello. She's a relationship mentor and love alchemist, and she's got a talk for us this evening called 3 Steps to Break Free from the Chaos into the Clarity of Your Own Truth. How wonderful. Ionit, I'm going to hand it over to you. Do you have any slides, or are you just wanting to be on screen?
Yes, please, I do have slides.
You have slides, no problem.
To share my screen. Yeah.
Of course. Okay, so let me click over. Try it now for me, please, and see if that's worked. Oh, do I need to start? I need to stop
It's
share,
all right
don't
now. So
Yeah.
I'm just.
Oh, Alex is here. Hi, Alex, darling. Are you all right?
So just this.
I might not have done it properly.
No, you've done it perfectly.
I've done it.
I'm
Okay.
sharing my screen, so.
All right. And I'll put myself on mute.
How is that?
It's come for a little bit big. I don't know if it's just me. How's everybody else's view? Might be me, I don't know.
It was big to begin with, but she's changed the screen now. So
okay. Yeah, it looks like it's fitting within the screen now, Ionit.
All right, perfect.
Okay then, thank you.
All right, so hi everyone. What a wonderful evening is that, and beautiful group you have here, Vanessa. I'm really, every time that I see inspired women, especially, or inspired people, I'm just like, my heart is singing from seeing people that literally choosing themselves and choosing to do something for their own best and for their own good. I'm just like loving it. So thank you for having that space and creating that space, Vanessa. So, in this workshop, it's like a short conversation. I'm gonna share with you what actually I'm doing and how I help people. So at this stage, you might feel a little bit stuck and on an ongoing loops of things, like perhaps you're repeating circumstances again and again, even if it's in a weight issue or procrastinating of something. You might find yourself angry and upset with people around you, or you're fighting your weight. You feel exhausted or burned out. You feel constantly under pressure of criticism or from guilt of doing stuff that you're not supposed to do. Your relationship perhaps with others are not as you wish them to be, all right? Perhaps you're not getting along with your mother-in-law or with your own mother or with your partner. You are constantly worried about time, not having enough of it, and consequently also not having enough money or any kind of issues with money. So in this short conversation that we're going to have here, you will be encouraged to step out of your comfort zone. And this might be a little bit challenging at times, especially when you discover new things or new ways of thinking. But please remember that you are supported at all times, and you have all the best people here to walk with you. So let's just dive in. So just a little bit about me. All right, I'm an intuitive relationship mentor. I'm an empath, which means that I can sense your energy and your potential for greatness and know where you are not aligned with yourself or with your inner truth. So it comes with a lot of high intuitive and intuition abilities. I'm helping creative entrepreneurs and business owners to block shifting beliefs into empowering ones, so that they can enhance their life experience to be full of joy, love, and abundance. I faced a lot of drama in my life, and I survived it, and I'm thriving after that. So changing my beliefs and we're going to talk about that in a second, changing my own paradigms and my own set of beliefs and working with my pain and not against it, I actually managed to heal myself. And I made sure that not only my journey is clearer and better, but actually also my kids' journey is released from those aspects. And I'll just give you, with just 37 pounds in my account, it was a few years ago, I was almost broke, but still I was able to invest in myself and my personal development with trainings, mentors, and courses, almost 50,000 pounds worth within 1 year. Okay, and this was just by doing healing work, just by working on my mindset. So this is how I help my clients and how I love helping others. Anything that related to relationship, and we're going to tap into that again in 1 second. So this is my motto. This is what leading me and what I'm encouraging all my clients to embrace. So how you relate to yourself will determine your relationship with others and the reality that you will create for yourself. All right. So the way you relate to yourself will determine how you relate to money, how you relate to friendships, how you relate to time, to physical aspects or vitality. Whatever you let constantly occupy your mind may eventually become a part of your reality, because what we're thinking is manifested, coming into life. So we need to think positively today and start it as soon as possible. Your relationships can only be healthy as much as you are. And everything in your reality starts with you. So by taking that responsibility, you actually, like Vanessa said, life is, what did you say? Life is creating yourself. And this is it. We are creating ourselves. So let's take, these are the 3 steps for clarity, healthy relationships, and success. We first start with self-worth, all right? We're supposed to know how, what is our worth, okay? And the thing is that we're not always know what we're worth. We think that our worth determined by our education, by our titles, our status, but self-worth comes from within, and it starts with how we looking at ourselves, how we appreciate ourselves, no matter what others are saying, no matter what happens outside of us. All right. So know who you are and allow yourself to just simply be. And I think, June, you did this very well in the past 2 weeks when you just listened to yourself, when you decided that, okay, you're just going to rest or you're just going to be. That's like beautiful, beautiful action to take. The second thing is efficient communication. So that's the second step that we have to achieve clarity. And by efficient communication, it means that you are able to understand your feelings, acknowledge your feelings, but still not to be triggered by your emotions or by your feelings. All right. So when you're coming into interaction with someone, most likely conversation that gets hit up a little bit will be around emotions that are unmet at that time. So when you learn how to effectively communicate with others, when you understand how to detach yourself from the situation, from the outcome, from your past as well, because we tend to bring our past into these conversations, then you actually can bring across your agenda. And usually communication is towards bonding, right? Otherwise, why are we bothering even to communicate with someone? We actually want to create that bridge. We want to state our opinions or to share our feelings. So when we're doing this efficiently, we are actually bringing people closer to us, right? And the third step would be to create your reality and attract whatever your heart desires from a state of high energy and love. So let's just understand one thing, that is, we constantly creating our reality, okay? Whatever you see now in your life, your home, your family, your income, your health, your partner or your friendships, all of them, you already manifested them with your previous thoughts and communication, right? So perhaps some of your thoughts were coming from different level of energies, and we're going to talk about that. But when you up-level your when you're up-leveling your energy frequencies, then you start to attract things that you actually desire to have and not things that are challenging you. So let's just take an example to check those 3 steps. So let's think of a situation at work or from your life. I want everyone to just like think, and you can share that in the chat. The last time, think of the last time you heard someone you care about criticizing you. All right. So let's just think of someone that you really was upset with. You were upset with them. You didn't like what they had to say to you. All right. Share in the chat box, what were your thoughts about them at that time? What did you say about them? They were being real. They were being real, which hurt, but also unkind or limiting what I can do or achieve. Yeah, in my head, hypocritical, a whole pot kettle black. All right. So I used to say to people that I didn't like what they were saying. I literally said they don't know what they're saying. They don't know what they talk about. They don't have any clue. Or I know people that say, "Oh, what an idiot." I don't know if you're naming others. Very common, yeah. It's like nothing to be ashamed about. But what was it in my family? It was actually saying, in my family it was more an idiot part or jealous part. Like it's just been jealous. It's just been jealous. All right. So whatever you thought about them at that time. So when someone is standing in front of you in a communication or in an unpleasant conversation, whatever you think about them, this is how you also think about yourself when you're making a mistake or when you're getting things wrong. Imagine how much fog I had in my mind by keep repeating to myself, I don't know anything. I don't know anything of what I'm saying. Or when you say to someone else, what an idiot. This is what you say to yourself when you're upset with yourself or when you're unhappy with your decisions. All right. So the thing is with this kind of conversation is that whatever you heard from those people, you probably experienced that before, at least once in your lifetime. All right. Probably as a child from your own family. And those feelings and emotions were evoked in that communication, in that conversation. And I'll give you another example. I don't come from a family with a lot of money. So money was always an issue in our family, always discussed as something that is missing. And when I dated someone that was going through divorce, he said to me, you have a money issue. What's that? Oh yeah, I know that we all take turns at some point. So he told me, you have an issue with money. Now, the thing is that by that time I was earning already, I doubled my income that year. That revenue, I doubled my revenue that year. So I was observing that conversation, and I realized not only he was having a money issue with his ex-wife, because she wanted like not just 50% of his things, but actually 100% of his things. But I didn't celebrate my wins. I was set in my money mindset from childhood, because I didn't win. I didn't see myself as a winner. I didn't celebrate myself. The next day we were finished, but I was celebrating properly. So this is how it works, okay? You're not supposed, obviously, to break up with people. Obviously, that was just like one point in our conversation that didn't work well. But when you understand that whatever someone else has to say to you and you registered it, it means that you need to pay attention to that, because it is there to make sure that you're healing it, and that you're taking the right step towards healing it, at least. So let's understand how this works when you're trying to do, or when you're trying to decide on a massive change in your life. So whenever you want to do something for yourself, or to grow into your own greatness, to become the leader of your life, all right, and you want to take the actions towards it, your own mind will use 3 weapons in order to stop you: worry, doubt, and fear. Okay? Because our mind, our subconscious mind, loves things to be familiar. It doesn't like changes. And what we will do, we will start to attract people to echo those conversations. So we won't do them, we won't take those actions, and we'll stay where it safe and known for us. Does that make sense? Just give me a thumbs up. Or in the chat. Yeah, perfect. All right, moving on. So what is affecting you on your leadership and on your journey at the moment? What is causing these inner conversations, okay? So we're starting with belief set that we all have. Our belief set and our paradigms are being created on 4 different levels, subconsciously. Even before you're aware of yourself, from childhood, it's from the age of 0 until the age of 7. So whatever you experience as a child, whatever you hear your parents talk about, whatever you, even as you sleep and people are talking next to you, or the TV is on as you're asleep, things coming into your subconscious mind. So if you, I don't know, I used to fall asleep a lot in the car. The radio was usually on. I lived in a country full of tension, full of terror. So these are things that came into my mind because they kept on listening to the news in my family. So all these things coming into your subconscious mind and seed fears, anxiety, worrying. All right? Beliefs around money, beliefs about marriage. All right? The second level is our ancestors. All right? It's called in science epigenetics. At this level, programs are carried over from ancestors or are being added to our genes in this life. So imagine all the things that your ancestors had to go through in order to survive. They are transferring this information through the DNA, all right? Whether it's good, whether it's learning. So I had clients with history of slavery, racism, Jewish families, Nazi families actually as well. All these coming into your subconscious mind. We have collective consciousness, our environment, culture, religion, country, gender, race, weather. Here they talk all about the weather, starting every conversation, how the weather is like. That is affecting your subconscious mind. Just like Vanessa said earlier, If it's raining, just go out. Anyway, break the rules there. Bend those laws. All right. And the last thing that we have is our soul and what it brings with it. All right. So this level is all that person is, the completeness of the individual, the life purpose, what you're here to do and to achieve. It's a continuations from past lives. All right. So even your partner at the moment is someone that you already met in previous lives. Your best friend is someone that you already met in past lives, and you share together lessons. The second thing that affecting us is trapped emotions. And again, this is where we when we can observe that there is any kind of resistance in our body. All right. They are evoked from the thoughts that we're busy with. All right. Frustration, resentment, rage, worrying, anxiety, shame, lack of confidence, anger, stress, etc. And when these are your thoughts and those are your emotions, you simply attract more of it. The fear of loss is the third thing that is affecting you. Now, grief and loss is something that we all experience, all right? It's part of life, but yet not a lot of people understand that. So it can be from sad situations, bereavement, divorce in the family, illness, but it also can be with just change of working place, change locations, birthday parties to your child, when you still remember them, how they used to be as babies, and all of a sudden they're like 10 years old, like with their face. You feel there a little bit of loss, a little bit the loss of time. Perhaps you have loss of health. All right. So when you accept that, and when you understand that you might be stuck in some stage of that process of loss, then by releasing it and accepting it, you allow yourself to move forward. All right. So, all right, I'll just give you an example. So the most simple way to put it is that whatever you saw your parents argue about, okay, perhaps they argued a lot, perhaps they split up, perhaps they got divorced. You then create the belief around marriage or around family cell. You then decide what it is that you want for your own family or how you wished it to be. And you also understand how marriage are. How many times did you hear that love is hard? That marriage is all about compromising, all about working on things, compromising. All right. So that's how we tend to have it. And then 30 years later, you either in the same position or you never even found a committed love because you're too scared to have the same loss that you felt as a child. I'll answer questions later if that's all right. Okay. I don't want to take too much time from the presentation, from the time that we have later on the chat. So just a quick view on energy and how it works. All right. So we have all these levels of energy, either in a flow or with resistance. All right. As Vanessa said, it's our ego that creates the suffering. All right. And actually, in fact, energy, as human beings, we tend to define six forms of energy: money, time, physical vitality, enjoyment, creativity, and support. All these are actually energy. All right. So I had last week a workshop about heal your journey of your relationship with money, because money is energy. Okay. It can be released and be in a flow of abundance, of receiving and spending and managing it and enjoying it. All right. Time as well. Yes, this universe is governed by time. We have a certain amount of time that we're living here, but time is relative as well. You know it already. You know that when you're enjoying something, time goes by very fast. When you're bored, it goes very slowly. But time is time. It's how it's been experienced. It's just energy. All right. So we either let those energies to control us, or we learn how to create them for ourselves. And when we're up leveling ourselves with the energy from suffering and victim mode and complaining and worrying and have all this anxiety, to higher levels of getting by or being in the flow, that's when we really want to be. Because while we're changing our habits or talk about our emotion is very good, but when we dealing straight away with the belief set, when we're doing the belief work with the energy, we're just clearing the way, we're clearing the path. And this is exactly what I do. I'm shifting blocking beliefs. And I'm going to show you how you do it. So if you want, you can chat, you can write it in the chat. Let's write in the chat box the normal question that you will ask yourself when something happens to your dissatisfaction. So let's just think, something happened, don't like it, someone hurt you, you got a fine ticket, the post didn't arrive on time, your mother-in-law is upsetting you again. What would you say to yourself? What is the big why question that you will ask yourself? And as you're writing down, I'll give you a few seconds to write it down. For me, it was why again? I used to ask that a lot. Why again? Sometimes I even still asking that when I'm learning all my lessons. Why again? Right? A lot of the times people will say, why me? What am I going to do about this situation? Yeah, nice one, June. Nice one. What can I do to change this? Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, this is already like towards the solving, the solution. Yeah. So I'm just going to jump quickly. So how you would change that? Like, how would you say it differently, in a different way? What am I supposed to learn from this? Yeah. So perhaps that will be like a different way to look at things, how we can ask that in a different way. What am I supposed to learn? What I can do to change it? Perfect. So how can I evolve and up level from this? Perfect. All right, so what if I'll say to you that your question of why should be, why am I so amazing? How come I'm so loved? Why is everything working so well for me? Because when you're focusing on the problem, or when you're focusing on what you have to learn from there now, you're actually focusing and sending all the energy to the problem. You're creating more of it. By asking a different question of the why with self-worth, that's when you start to change. Okay, I'm doing it fast. All right. So what will your friends say to you? Sorry, Vanessa, I'm doing it quickly. So what will your friends say to you when you have a problem? All right, and I'll do it quickly for you guys. A lot of the times I had my best friend, okay, my very best friend that I had a few years ago. I got through separation from my kid's dad. She encouraged me to go to court, sue him for all the money that he owes me. I said to her, thank you. I'm doing forgiveness practice every morning. That's my way. I didn't want that stress. I didn't want that tension in my life. I literally just wanted it to be over, and I knew that I can create again my money. She said to me, you're so stupid. Because I didn't believe just yet in my abilities to make those changes. So any kind of friends that you may have saying to you, oh, This is you again. Okay, thank you, Vanessa. This is typically you. You're so stupid. Oh, you're doing those things again. All right. All this conversation with your friends, all right, there is one reason for that, because you're sharing with them the wrong story. All right. If you tell your story to more than 3 people, or you're repeating your story more than 3 times, you are not looking for help. You're looking for attention. And what I'm doing now, and with my clients as well, I say to them, don't share your stories with your family or with your friends at the moment. Share them only with one person that can help you. It can be the GP if it's something with your body or your health. It can be with me if it's something that's related to your relationship and money and success in life. Perhaps they have psychotherapist or coach. That's fine. That's the only place you actually should talk about your story with the problems of it. Because when you change your story, you're already changing your situation. So if you're repeating yourself to your friends, you actually bringing or keeping the situation that you wish to dissolve. All right. And the last thing to ask here, and I'm finishing here, Vanessa, is what makes you feel joyful in your life? And you can write that down in your chat, because I do want you to think about that. What are the things that make you feel joyful? So whenever you do that, you're literally enjoying doing them. It lifts your spirit up. As you're writing, or at least write it to yourself, because I do want you to take it from today, this one thing that you can do. I discovered a way to find my parking space every time when I go to school. Singing, yeah! My cat and dogs, yeah. So Giselle, you and me are alike. So I love singing. I have a crow voice, really, like you don't want to hear me singing, but I love singing and I love dancing and I love music. So every time when I put the kids in the car towards school with rush hour and all those things, and obviously we're not on the regular time that school asks us to be, I'm just putting music in the car and singing into it. I'm singing to this music. And as I approach school, and I know that probably I should have been there 15 minutes ago to get a parking place, I'm singing, where is my parking place? And I always find one very close to school. Every morning, I swear to God, I'm stepping outside of my door on a late hour. But as we said, time is just energy. I'm controlling time as well. I'm getting my kids on time to their class, all right, with a singing in my heart. So I don't let any circumstances, any parking, any upset drivers to affect my mood. I'm keeping my energies always higher levels, and then I manifest whatever I desire. In the morning, I just desire a parking space next to school. All right. So last thing to take from here, talk to yourself as you would talk to the person you love the most. All right. And thank you so much. I'm going to put in the chat box, if that's all right with you, Vanessa, links to Heal the Journey, which is my signature program. Right. It's a 12-week program. And I'm giving free master classes. This Saturday, it's going to be Heal the Journey of Your Relationship with Sex. And we're going to have one for the power and one for the love matters. So stay in tune, and you can click the links and scroll down to the bottom, and you can schedule a clarity call with me if you'd like. All right, I'm stopped sharing. Yeah. How am I with time?
Hey, no, it's not a problem, darling. I just put a message into the chat, so the women that are on the call, because I've reformatted the session, I'm not quite clear on the timings of how it is going to work. So we may go past a little bit past 9, but hopefully it will be well worth it. So please do stay around to the end. But please give me or help me to say thank you to Ionit for that wonderful presentation. You packed so much in. I know it's one of those, for anyone who's watching the replay, you may want to listen in again. Even for those who are here with us live, just listen to the replay again, because sometimes we need to hear things 2 and 3 times. But I love the way how Ionit said, don't repeat that negative story because you're actually seeking attention. But I would say, listen to knowledge like this more than once so that you really get it. So thank you so much, Ionit.
My pleasure.
All right.
Can I just answer Giselle,
Yeah.
because I see that
Yeah,
there
of
is
course.
some question, if that's all right. So Giselle, when you're going to sing about your money, oh, I lost the chat. Where's the chat? When you're going to sing about your money, don't sing "Where is my money?" but you can sing "I have all the money I need" and more. Sing that. I have all the money that I need and more, and just sing that one. And I saw another question. It's jumped. I enjoy meeting folks. A garden, yeah, nature, garden, perfect. Okay, I'm okay. Go ahead. We'll answer later in the.
We're going to have a chance to connect in small groups this evening. So if you do happen to be in Ionit's group, then you will have a chance to speak with her directly. I did put up the link to your Facebook group, Ionit. So for anyone who's watching the replay, it is called Your Divine Wake Up Call, if anyone wanted to find that. But I will also put those links at the bottom of the recording as well, Ionit. So thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Really.
Okay, so we're having a quick break. If you want a comfort break, please grab one. You may want to get yourself a drink. You may want to go to the toilet. I was trying to find a polite way, but the toilet. Or if you're all right, I'm going to carry on. But for anyone who's running a health and wellbeing business, I am promoting Any Green Will Do this month. But if you have a health and wellbeing business and you want to be in front of those who have actually stepped up and said, yes, health and wellbeing is important to me, then please do get in contact. I'm offering a very low cost way for you to put your business in front of others. Now, these are recordings. So of course, it's not just those who are present with me on the live setting. When you put things onto YouTube, these things can be there for years. So it's a wise investment. All right, so I'm going to skip that one, but it was, where would you like to build your dream home? Just take note of that question, and you may have time to talk about it in your breakout rooms. I do want to just give you a chance to get to know my story in terms of how I changed my life and increased my energy. All right, and this came about yesterday because I was speaking to a dear friend. We've not had a chat for about 2 or 3 months, and I was, very quick call, but I was telling her I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and she's like, where do you get your energy from? And I was like, well, I take Herbalife, so that might be a clue. But no, I just wanted to share how my life has changed. I went through a phase where I didn't eat properly at all. I skipped breakfast, wasn't eating the right foods. I had low energy, even though I was doing exercise. So exercise is good for boosting our moods. But in my case, I wasn't really feeling energized. And it was actually about my nutrition. So once I got onto a personal nutritional plan, it did make wonders, not for just how I was feeling, but how I actually appeared physically. So I've had a baby. Zenta was born in 2019. So I did put baby weight on, but as I'm here now, I know that I'm continuing to make more changes in my life. I still stick to my nutritional plan, so my energy is very high, but I am releasing my weight. So having a healthy lifestyle is very important to me, and having good regular nutrition is important as well. And of course, I work on my mindset. So I am involved in a group where we're doing a 10-day marathon, and it's very interesting. I'm just finishing my first marathon. Accountability is built in, group coaching and community support's built in. But if you're wondering what is your inner fat percentage, then please check in with me, because I have a great way of giving you this information. And if you're really looking at your metrics, this is your body metrics on a regular basis, it does help to focus the mind. All right, so we are now going to move into our emotional fitness discussion and activity. So this is a new element for the group. Okay, I'm actually just going to stop the share just to make sure I get this part right, because I'm going to put the recording on pause so that you can go into your room, and then I'll release it when we come back. I do have some things that I want you to talk about in your groups as well. So let me just put it on pause for 1 minute. Okay, so I was trying something new. I hope it worked. We have everyone back on the screen, so it did work. Some of you are looking like, where have I been? I hope that worked. I'm really sorry, because I did post the questions here in the chat, but I don't think you could see them, could you? Little bit.
We could see them come across the top, but like then you did another one and the other one went.
Right.
So and there was no way for me anyways to look at them after they were gone. And then I had a bunch of notifications coming at the same time covering them. So that was like,
what I'll do next time is I'll put things in early so at least people can see them before they go into the room. But it's just something that I was trying. Joe, it's a different format. How am I doing with that? Did you like it?
Me? Yeah.
You've been here when it was the other format. So this is completely new.
It's working well. It's working well.
Good, good.
Vanessa,
Brilliant.
can I quickly ask, am I able to put my details in the chat?
Yeah, of course, if you want to. No problem. And I'm going to put, I might not even have chance. I think you're all in the Facebook group. Gisetta isn't and Alex isn't, so I will get that to them, but everybody else is there. And I'll send you a message, June, on LinkedIn to get you into the group.
Lovely.
All right, so we're nearly there. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Has the presentation slide come back up okay? Is that showing for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. All right. Okay, so we've done the networking, and oh gosh, the raffle. I always forget. Don't forget the raffle. Oh my gosh, the prizes are fantastic, if I must say so myself.
how do we get into the raffle?
I've just
curious.
put you in. I've put you in. Again, because I've changed the format, I have your details, so I put you in. And I did ask a question in the chat. If nobody was interested in being in the raffle, then let me know, and nobody said anything. So you're all in there. So let's start with the third prize. Right, so I have a wonderful skincare range. It's called Herbalife 7-Day Results Kit. It gives you little samples of the skincare. So let's see who's got it. I'm like a big kid, aren't I? You can tell I don't get out enough.
Oh, we love it. We love it, Vanessa.
Alex. Not to say there's anything wrong with your beautiful skin, but you've got some samples coming your way. Please give me, it'll be around next week, Alex. All right. So the second prize is to have an intuitive reading with the wonderful Ionit. Ionit, would you like to explain that, or have I said enough?
Yeah. Well, if it's not clear enough, I'll explain a little bit. So what I do is basically I'm scanning your energy field, and I tap into whatever is blocking you at the moment from achieving the next step of your life, in your life, and where it is stored in your body. And we can have a little bit of chat about that. and some tips and insights. It's going to be a 30 minutes call with me.
Fantastic. Let's see who's getting that. Gisetta, I don't know if she's here. Are you here, my dear? You have to be on the call to win. Okay.
The name is there.
Gisetta
Yes,
is
but
here,
we didn't connect on the little session, but it was just June and ourselves. That's why I was a bit conscious of the time, because I'm sorry, you have to be here, you have to participate. I've not had any participation, so I'm doing it again. Let's have a look.
So I'll just explain a little bit more. So usually a one-off session with me starts with scanning, and a one-off session is worth £500. Just to let you know.
And Jojo,
Jojo, I'm gonna see you. I'm going to change your life.
So Joe, this is absolutely amazing, because obviously we're going to do the heart-centered coaching on Saturday. And
so
then
that give you a boost. That will boost you. Amazing.
I'm so excited.
brilliant.
Me too.
It sounds really
Joe,
good. Congrats,
because you're
Jojo.
already here on the call, if you're comfortable, please just send Ionit your details, and then you can make arrangements there, because then that gives me one less thing to do.
We can have a clarity call, guys. I'm happy. I'm tuning in so fast. Whatever question you have about anything you like, let's just connect. Let's just get through that. Let's be happy.
Kind of revealed it before I told you what the main prize was. Okay, so I have the winner.
I couldn't see it.
The half-day intensive with the one and only Vanessa-Mary. Okay, I have got something very special planned for you, June. So we will be getting to know each other.
Yay! That's amazing. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Wow, that's fabulous. Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Okay, so I hope you've had fun here with us tonight, and I'd love to continue this journey. Like I said, I'm doing a 10-day marathon. It's starting next Monday, and it's for those of you who are really wanting to tune in with your health and well-being in terms of your nutrition. So I can give you more information about that. If it's something that you want to know, then send me a message in the chat here. And if you are watching the replay, I will leave a link to my, it'll be like my LinkedIn or my email address, and you can contact me about that. And these start every 10 days. And all I'm going to say is I've done it and I've seen results in 10 days. And I'm like, whoa. And I would say the main thing that I've changed is being accountable, because my nutrition was already on track, but it was the accountability that was getting a bit slack. And I know that Denise has heard me talk about certain things. So Denise, I am on it. Okay. So let me tell you about next month's session. So obviously we've got to keep these sessions moving. I would love to have you back with me Thursday, the 31st of March. Now this is a session that should not be missed, particularly if you are a VIP in the Happiness Habits group. This is going to be our celebration evening. Now we have the wonderful Giselle, who's with us on the call, who will be singing. Oh my, oh my, oh my. So we're going to have live music with Giselle. I'm going to coordinate a wonderful evening for you. We're going to have our guest contributor, Joanna Hart, with us, and she is talking to us about how happy are your hormones. She represents a very interesting company, which is Enjo UK. And at the end of her little introduction, she always says, I can drink my cleaning products, can you? So that's something for you to think about. So she'll be talking to us about how happy are your hormones. Please come back with us if you are here and you want to return. If you bring a friend, you can come to this evening half price, but it has to be a friend who's not in the community already, so somebody that you are bringing into the health and well-being community. So let me know who you would like to bring with you, and I will make sure that you've got your access entry at a half price discount, and it's only £7 anyway, so it's a bargain. I hope you would appreciate it's a bargain for what we've delivered tonight.
Absolutely.
Oh, brilliant. So let's stay connected. If you're not on my email list already, please get on that list. That is my email address, contact@vanessa-mary.com. Send me an email. Let me know that you want to be on the list, because there is so much happening in my community. It's not just the Health and Wellbeing Cafe. That's one element. I would say the best place to find out lots of different things and activities and how you can get involved is inside the Facebook group, which is buzzing. I do a daily show every morning, and I know that Jo, she's definitely been watching it, because I've been loving your comments and your encouragement on there, Jo. So thank you so much. Tomorrow I'm going to be talking about how you can step into your self-responsibility around money and wealth. So that's going to add value to what Ionit has shared with us this evening. And yeah, it's all happening. So I am so excited that you were here tonight. You've made my day. I hope that Ionit and I have left something in your heart and left you with some kind of actionable things that you can bring into your life, because it's all about happiness, health and well-being. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa.
I'm stopping the recording.
Vanessa,